guys, I'm here at Golden Mount in Bangkok, Thailand, and down below here you can see maybe slightly there's a Panfalilan boat station where I just came from, and I came just over the little bridge down there and along this road down to here and came up here to Golden Mount, which is one of the best views in Bangkok. Highly recommended. So let's have a quick look up here and then we'll have a look at some other places as well. Alright, let's go. So as I mentioned, there's the boat station just down there, and along here it's Ratchadamnoen Avenue, the Royal Avenue with all the old 1930s buildings along there. It's quite spectacular. This great temple here, one of the better ones in Thailand. And in the distance there, you can just make it out the Grand Palace in the haze, a little bit of air pollution going on. And then another great temple over there in South Ching Cha. Then the road along here that I came up here on runs down to Prahupat, which is Bangkok's Little India, and then to the left of that, further along, is Chinatown. Let's have a walk along here. Part of a temple complex down here where monks live, the monks' quarters. Even monks need to capture the memories for the next life. Let's head on down here.
อาบน้ำดำเจ้าเรียกว่าทรงพุทธาพิเศษคือชำระตาสางอาบน้ำท ำระร่างกายให้สะอาดหมดจดทั้งพระองค์ทั้งบรรดาทหารทั้งหลายซึ่งเป็นมันกล่าวกันว่าเป็นประเพณีของทางกองทัพอย่างหนึ่งว่าเมื่อเสร็จการศึกสงครามแล้วก็จะต้องทำอย่างนั้นก็เลยมีศักดิ์ที่สำคัญเกิดขึ้นที่วัดสะเกษมีอยู่แล้วและพระองค์ก็มาทรงใช้จากนั้นก็เป็นศักดิ์ที่สำคัญแต่ในปัจจุบันนี้ไม่มีปรากฏเพราะว่าท่านได้จ้างศาลาการประเรียนทับไว้เกรงว่าคนจะมาใช้สอยและไม่เหมาะสมศาลาการประเรียนก็เลยทับอยู่บนตักน้ำแต่ว่าที่ผมแล้วปัจจุบันทับไว้ตอนน้ำไปตั้งในปัจจุบันนี้ไม่มีน้ำแล้วเพราะว่าผมได้ติดตั้งศาลาการประเรียนก็มีข้อที่ควรจะกล่าวเพิ่มเติมวัดสะเกษนั่นเดิมชื่อว่าวัดสะแกพระเอกชื่อว่าเลือดที่จะยอดฟ้าจุฬาโลกได้ทรง
So as you can see from the sign, they're actually charging foreigners 100 baht now to go up there, which I was able to just skip on through. But yeah, in the past, in the times I've been up there, I'm quite sure they didn't charge foreigners or anyone else. And yeah, I think it's pretty poor practice, to be honest. It's a great place though, really amazing, but it should be donation only, obviously. It hasn't changed much since I was last there, which was about probably 7 years ago last time I went up there, at least, maybe longer. So Golden Mount, it looks like it's a hill, a natural hill, but it's not. It was actually a chedi or pagoda that was a very big one that collapsed on itself. I think it was actually not finished when it collapsed, so it became a big pile of rubble. And after a while, people decided to build a pagoda on top of the ruins. And then, of course, there's dirt that's accumulated. And as you can see, there's kind of masonry work around the sides of a lot of it, which kind of supports it, keeps it standing up. And they can make all these little shrines in there. Yeah, so that's what it's about. Some very old photos of it online as well. And the street that you come in from, this one here, the boat station at Panfaliland's just down there. Khao San Road's just to the left, down Ratchadamnoen. And this street itself is very cool. Lots of little woodworking places in the shops along here, and some cafes, a few noodle shops. It's a good spot. Let's take a stroll along here. So if you need some things made from wood, this is a good area to check out, see what can be done. Some nice products along here. Also down the end of this block, there's a bit of metal working. I think tinsmithing, if I remember correctly. Maybe for the bowls that monks use for collecting their offerings or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but some nice souvenirs here as well. Another thing I noticed about Golden Mount, they've put in a speaker system. So when you're walking up the steps, you've got speakers at regular intervals with a loud voice speaking in Thai, telling people stuff, I guess, about the temple. Nothing in English. I don't know, it's a bit commercialized, to be honest. A little bit. Not too much, but definitely starting to go that way, right? But it still has a bit of a spiritual feeling, definitely. I definitely recommend it, for sure. So as you can hear, they actually make the wood products on the premises around here. And these shop fronts are old buildings, quite old as well. So it's quite a traditional craftsman's neighborhood along here. There was a hostel here. It looks like it's not open at the moment. I just walked past it. Here's the metalworking area. Just up at the corner here, you see there are some bowls here for monks to collect their morning alms. Okay, that's the direction if you want to go to the modern part of Bangkok. And down here is Sao Ching Cha. You can see the giant swing down there, the red one. Some beautiful old buildings here next to the river. We'll try to get across here. It's a bit busy at the moment. Right now there's work going on. They're extending the footpath along the canal from further down. Which is fantastic. They really need that. Down the other end of the canal, down this way, there's a beautiful area. We'll check it out in a bit. Kind of workshop in there. It's a working neighborhood. We're still in the old town here, by the way. Amazing these places haven't been pushed out. But that's Thailand for you. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of zoning laws to separate residential areas from working areas. You see these guys going around in Bangkok selling brushes and brooms. Every week, at least once or twice, they come past and they have a speaker. It's amazing that it seems people must go through a lot of brooms and brushes and so on. Even though I wouldn't say Bangkok is one of the cleanest cities in the world by any stretch, but funny how that seems to be the way. Just behind the buildings to our right is the canal that you might have seen from the beginning when I said I got off at the boat station and came up to the mountain there. There were a couple canals, actually intersection of 3 canals. You could say 2 canals, but it looks like 3 joined together at that point. It's like a T intersection. It's a very cool old park behind the yellow building up there. We mentioned that park in one of my other videos. It used to be a prison. Check the Sao Ching Cha video on my channel if you want to know more about that. TH in Thai is pronounced like a T, so that would be called Titiporn Motor Import Company Limited. So if you want to avail yourself of their services, there are some cool places. These little streets in here were renovated about 7 or 8 years ago. They were a bit run down. I remember walking through with a friend and I said, "Oh, it's beautiful. It needs to be renovated." There are a lot of streets like this around that are kind of falling to pieces. If they were renovated, it would really make the place more of a tourist draw. And yeah, about a year later, I saw they were being renovated. Now they look a bit more lived in. It looks normal and natural. It looks great now. And actually, in the last 12 years, or at least the last 10 years, there's been a lot of this kind of thing happening in the old town of Bangkok. A lot of rejuvenation. It's fantastic. But it's incremental. Some of the locals I talk to don't really seem to notice it that much, but as a foreigner, I notice it more, you know, because also I travel in the region all the time, pretty much, so I can see it changing. Okay, we'll duck back onto the road we were just on there. Okay, we're coming up on the edge of Chinatown now. Let's just jump over. And I want to check how the work is progressing with building a footpath along the canal here. And oh, it's going very well. It's almost possible to walk along the left side there now. Great. So the old town of Bangkok is this way. And on this side, it's looking fantastic. Well, it's pretty much done on this side, I would say. Scoot across. Ah, they're putting in some artwork already. Let's head down, check it out. Khlong Ong. Well, this is looking great. It's this stretch along here is not quite finished, but it's almost finished. 99% finished. And then back the other direction across the bridge there looks about 50% finished, I would say, at least, maybe more. But obviously people are opening up for business along this stretch already. It's looking good. Brilliant. This was a filthy canal. Thank you. That was pretty much impossible to walk along. The locals had parked broken down cars and put all kinds of rubbish back behind their buildings here. It was pretty bad. You could get along most of the way, but there were bits where you couldn't get through. But I believe the master plan is to renovate this canal all the way down to the boat station where I started this video, which would be a really big deal. So that would connect the area quite close to Khao San Road with a nice walkway along a canal to come down to Chinatown and Bangkok's Little India area, Pahurat. Chinatown's in there. Let's continue though. Little India is just to our right, Pahurat neighborhood. Let's continue along here. So now we're at the part that's fully developed. It's a very popular place for young Thai people and old people to come down here and hang out. Lovely spot, actually. Lots of local food and drinks. Very picturesque. It does show there are some forward-thinking people coming through in Thai politics, and I would presume some of the younger generation. I'm not all like rahaha about younger generation, but yeah, there's a lot of progress happening these days. Things are getting a lot better. This is Sampang Lane or Sampang Alley. We'll be talking about that in the near future in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that one. Alex Face is the artist of this design, by the way. When you see the designs with the little child's face like this. As I said, Little India is on the right, on the next block over. So there are a bunch of Indian restaurants in the little lanes on the right side, just along here. Recently, I put up a video about Pahurat, Bangkok's Little India, so it's definitely worth checking if you want to know more about that area, which is a fascinating area, and it's quite useful for a lot of people. There's some good info that could help out a lot of people in that one. So it's not too busy today. It's a working day today. But come down here on a Friday evening, Saturday or Sunday, and it's very lively. Very, very lively. Lots of Bangkok's young pretty things promenading along. It's a lot of fun. Very positive vibe down here. Friendly. Much more so than the famous tourist areas, I can say, where a lot of the wrong kinds of people tend to hang out. Both local and foreign, I should say. Hello, how are you? Hey, hey. Good, good. Okay, you can see the pedestrian part finishes there. But we'll just go a little bit further down. And perhaps you can see just down at the end there's a bridge. That's pretty much the end of where you can walk. But if you cross the road there's the Chao Phraya Sky Garden Bridge, which is being renovated at the moment, but that's a really cool place as well. Let's just run back to this bridge here. Let's head in the back here. Just behind the Khlong Ong market. So we're in Chinatown now. Bags of spices and herbs. It smells very aromatic. Lots of little lanes. Chinatown is filled with these kinds of skinny lanes once you get off the main walkways. Here's one that's been tidied up in recent times. This is a great one. There's actually a hostel in here that's an amazingly beautiful one. In a renovated Chinese trading house. So if you want to be based right in the middle of all of this, could be a good option. Here's what Golden Mount used to look like back in the day, where the canals intersected, where the boat station used to be. It's a little bit different now, but not 100% different. Still, there's some of that old energy there. Can get lost in these places. That's half the fun, of course. I know it connects through somewhere around in here. Well, sure enough, it connects to Sampang Lane there. So let's finish up there for today's installment and see you guys in the next one. And don't be late. Please click subscribe and like and hit the bell button for notifications. Very important. And check the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to support the channel. Thanks a lot, guys.